Freshpaint has been implemented for a few months now, so we've seen a pretty significant decrease in our cost per conversion month over month, specifically for our dentures campaigns and our implants campaigns. So it's really exciting to see, and it's so important as a nonprofit. Just every dollar really matters to our budget. So yeah, it's been a great success for us so far. HIPAA has a really direct impact on my work as a marketer at BU Dental. It essentially affects the way that we develop our marketing strategies and the way that we collect our data, but also affects the way that we send data to our platforms and the data that we're allowed to send. So we have to be really up on the data settings and the privacy settings of all the platforms that we're using in order to maintain our compliance with HIPAA. So Google Ads is the primary platform that I use to generate new patient leads. We've found that paid search is far and away the most effective strategy at bringing in new patients and bringing them in quickly and really getting awareness within the greater Boston area about the services that we provide. Cost of running paid search in the dental world is already super expensive, especially operating with a nonprofit budget, and if we were to turn everything off and stop sending data to those platforms, we knew that conversion costs were going to skyrocket and we just wouldn't have been able to afford it. It was clear that Freshpaint was basically built for this exact problem. It was just like a huge comfort to be like, okay, they actually understand what the HIPAA guidance is. They can actually explain it better to me than my own compliance team can. And they can also show me sort of like the back end of like, this is what the HIPAA allow list would look like. You can check these boxes or leave them unchecked. And this is the data you are sending. This is the data that you're not. So having a solution that's built for healthcare was very important. And I wasn't actually expecting to find it, but it was a huge relief to actually find it. And then also to know that they could explain that directly to our compliance members when we had those team members on the call in a way that I certainly couldn't explain. Post-implementation with Freshpaint, we've seen a pretty significant decrease in our cost per conversion for both our implants and our dentures campaigns. Starting out before Freshpaint, we were paying about $13 per conversion for an implant. Now we're at about $9. So that's a pretty significant decrease that we've seen since implementation. We've also seen an increase in our conversion rates at a lower overall budget. And on the meta side of things, we've definitely seen an increase in click-through rates for our traffic campaigns and an increase in impression rates as well. So to be able to show these really impressive and even increased conversion rates from what they were is definitely a cause for leadership to provide more buy-in and say, okay, let's give them more budget. This is really working. The demand is there to show them really that the demand in this area is there for these services. We just need to get the message across and we need to spend more to do that. I think that without Freshpaint, we wouldn't be able to run digital marketing. There's no way our compliance team, as all compliance teams are, super risk averse, but there's no way they would let us continue. They would just say shut it down.